Well, very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Wilder Park in Canyon, Texas as we get set for Game 2 between West Texas A&M University and University of Texas Permian Basin as UTPB comes in on the road in chilly conditions here at Wilder Park today. Overcast skies at the moment. They're supposed to give way to sunshine here momentarily, so we hope that helps to warm things up. 43 degrees is our game time temp. With the wind coming out of the northeast at about 5, it feels like about 40 as the lineup cards are being exchanged. You see UTPB right there as they get set for Game 2, which the Buffaloes took from the Falcons yesterday by a 10-0 count in 8 innings. In yesterday's afternoon leadoff in that one, Nick Marshall got the win for the Buffaloes to improve to 5-0 on the season. In this one today, it should be another good opportunity for UTPB to get off to a good start in this one, depending on how the bats come alive. Whether or not that happens or not, we'll see as they get set to face Isaac Keene. Isaac for West Texas A&M comes in with a record of 2-1 and a 4.62 ERA. This will be his sixth start of the season. He's appeared in 6 games, so it'll be his 7th game appearance for the 2023 campaign. He'll be going against Trevor Barth. Barth, a sophomore with a 1-2 record for UTPB, comes in with a 5.54 ERA. And so we'll get a chance to see how they both do warming up. Again, not a bad afternoon, just cool here in Canyon, Texas, as again we hope that the sun breaks through the clouds and kind of warms things up for everybody. Crowd is making their way into Wilder Park as they will come in with heavier coats and some blankets as they get set for this first of 2 games today between UTPB and West Texas A&M. Our home plate umpire today will be Bill Powell. He'll be joined by Jeremy Nieto over at first base and Terry Harrison over at third base. For UTPB, they will send Mason Hamlin to the plate, or I should say up to bat first. He'll be playing at shortstop today. Michael Clapperton will be at third. Carson Johnson will be the second baseman. Brent Rigtrup will be the catcher today and bat fourth. Jack Haggerty in left field will bat fifth. Cooper Cecilski in center field, the freshman, will bat sixth. Taylor McDaniel from right here in Amarillo will bat seventh. Austin Hall, the first baseman, will bat eighth, and Christian Rodriguez will bat ninth. Mike Mineta will be at second base for the Buffaloes as they are introduced today. Ryan Johnson out in left. Adam Becker at third base. Will Finning will be in right. Corey Schmidt will be the DH today. Eddie Savoy at first. Patrick Donovan will be in center field. Evan Leibel will be the catcher. And Kix Farrell will be the shortstop. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so, and we'll come back with our first pitch in this afternoon's first Gall game, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family-owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
And our national anthem as we get set for this one this afternoon as we look at the Lone Star Conference Lineup right now, Angelo State sits atop the conference with a 21-4 record, 23-4 overall. St. Edwards is next at 15-5 and 17-5 overall. The Buffs are third, 15-6, 17-6. UT Tyler is fourth, 16-9. And then Lubbock Christian is fifth, 15-9 is the way the conference standings stand for the top five at the moment. For the Buffaloes, as they get set for their first pitch today, it will be Isaac Keene who gets the start in this one. Isaac, the 6', 185-pound senior from Norwalk, Connecticut, throws right, comes into this one with a 4.62 ERA, a 2-1 overall record. He has had one complete game this season. He's pitched in 25 1/3 innings. He's allowed 26 hits, 18 runs, 13 of those earned. He has walked 14, and he has struck out 24. Batters have a .260 batting average against him so far in this 2023 campaign, and he gets set to face Mason Hamlin, who will lead things off, followed by Michael Clapperton and Carson Johnson, 1, 2, 3 in the order. As we get set for our first pitch today, Mason Hamlin, who is the shortstop for UTPB, from Falcon, Colorado, is a 6'3", 195-pound freshman and will be in the leadoff role for the Buffaloes defensively today. It'll be Eddie Savoy over at first base, Mike Manetta at second. Kix Farrell will be the shortstop, and Adam Becker at third base. Ryan Johnson is in left field, Patrick Donovan in center, and Will Finning, the senior, in right field. Evan Leibel is behind the plate for Isaac Keene as we get set for our first pitch in this one today. The Buffs in their home white pants and maroon tops with black numerals. And most everybody is in long sleeve shirts for this one. It is a cool afternoon here in Canyon, Texas. Sun is beginning to come out now, and so hopefully that'll warm things up a little bit. But Mason Hamlin will lead things off as he steps in the batter's box to face the right-hander, Isaac Keene. First pitch swinging is strike one. Happy to be coming your way on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. I'm Bryce Sheets. And again, fun afternoon to watch some college baseball. Hamlin batting from the right side, settles in. And Hamlin takes a look at ball one. He has a 1-1 count. On the freshman, who's batting .349 this season, this is his 87th plate appearance. He's got 30 hits. Yesterday had a leadoff single to start the game yesterday afternoon. So 2 balls and a strike for Mason Hamlin. Outside pitch misses for a ball. Hamlin settles back in. UTPB in their gray pants, black tops, and orange sleeves. That's driven past the shortstop for a base hit. And just like yesterday, Mason Hamlin gets aboard with a single to lead off the game. He'll be followed by the only senior in the lineup for UTPB. That's Michael Clapperton. Clapperton playing third base today. Clapperton batting from the right side, hitting 138. His 66th plate appearance, shows bunt. Quick throw down to first, not in time. Savoy knocks it down. So ball one. Oh, check it, they did call that a strike. He did offer, but I wasn't sure if he had called it or not. So no 1 count for Michael Clapperton. Clapperton, 9 hits on the season. Quick throw to first, diving back is Hamlin. Mason measures his lead off the bag at first. Eddie Savoy holding him on. Rest of the infield playing about natural. Quick throw once again, but really nothing on that from Isaac Keene. He's just making Hamlin dive back. So he hasn't really shown a good move over to first base as of yet. Clapperton settles back in. The 0-1 count. Pitch comes home, and that is low for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1. Following Clapperton will be Carson Johnson, the second baseman. He's in the on-deck circle. Runner off, and here's a throw down to second. And not in time, they say. He got in under the tag. So a good jump by Mason Hamlin as he is down at second base. And Clapperton down in the count 1-2. Clapperton from Calgary, Alberta. Played at Chandler Gilbert Community College before coming to UTPB. So the concern for Isaac Keene is the leadoff man, and that's Mason Hamlin. Getting a good lead. Now Mike Moneta comes a little closer to second base. And one misses for ball 2. So a 2-2 count. Clapperton batting from the right side, about an even stance. Slow roller head back to Keene, cannot grab it, and that is going to be an infield single for Michael Clapperton. As that was just a slow roller, but Isaac Keene couldn't get on it. So runners at the corners for UTPB. That's exactly how they started yesterday. They loaded the bases in the first inning, but left everybody stranded, as Nick Marshall was able to get out of the inning on 2 strikeouts. So Isaac Keene, the senior pitcher, gets ready to face Carson Johnson. First pitch is a strike. Johnson, sophomore from Carl Junction, Missouri, played at Ottawa Community College. Looks at a pitch outside. So that's a 1-1 count. Brent Rigtrop, the catcher, in the on-deck circle. Getting runners at the corner for UTPB. Outside corner just misses for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike. Keene takes a long look in, checks the runner at first, looks at third out of the corner of his eye and comes home with it. And they're going to call the batter out for interference, catcher interference. That happened yesterday as well. So Carson Johnson is out. And so you can watch here on the replay. So Evan Leibel in the crouch. Comes up, wants to throw, but the batter, Carson Johnson, steps in front of him and then just ducks down and does not allow him to throw. He really, I think, was trying to attempt to get out of the way, but just interfered. So that is out number 1. That happened yesterday as well. Strike for Brent Rigtrop. Now, Brent did not catch yesterday. So his first time in game action in this series. Brent settles in, ready to go. That's drilled past Adam Becker, so a run comes home for UTPB. They lead this one 1-0 on the infield hit, or I should say the solid single by Brent Weintraub. And so UTPB gets on the board. That's the third hit in the inning. And that brings up Jack Haggerty. Again, cool afternoon, although the sun is out. Runners at first and second. Jack Haggerty looks at ball one, offered up a bunt, then pulled it back. Haggerty out of Mission Viejo, California. Played at Irving Valley College. Sophomore, 5'9", 170 pounds, batting from the left side. Shows bunt again, and this one he pops up in the air. Matt Vandenberg will come out and pick that one up. Coach V will work his way back into the bullpen area, or I should say the dugout area. Breaking ball does not break, and so stays high for ball two. So 2 balls and no strikes for Jack Haggerty. Haggerty out in left field. Fouls that one off and out of play. So 2 balls and a strike. Haggerty, who's in left field today, was in right field yesterday. He was 1 for 3 at the plate. Also had a walk yesterday. That pitch is high for a ball. So he runs the count ahead, 3 balls and a strike. So runners at first and second, 1 run already home thanks to the single by Brent Rigtrop. That is going to be fouled off at the plate. Everybody was off. So full count for Jack Haggerty. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cooper Cecilski in the center fielder in the on-deck circle for UTPB. Haggerty batting from the left side. Fouls this one off and out of play as well. So getting Isaac Keene to throw quite a few pitches here to the number 5 batter in the lineup for UTPB, as they have come out a little more aggressive than they were yesterday, though all, again, had bases loaded opportunity. And that's high for ball 4, so the first walk, and that loads the bases. And so first walk given up. So Isaac Keene kind of takes a deep breath. Now the base is full and only 1 out, and that was because of catcher interference. Pitch is high for a ball. For Cooper Sealski, the freshman from Monument, Colorado. Cooper batted cleanup yesterday. Dropped down to the 6th spot today. Takes a swing and comes up empty. Cooper had some issues with strikeouts yesterday. The first 2 times he was up, he struck out. He grounded out and also walked yesterday. So good breaking pitches in there for a strike. That curveball just came in like it was outside and then just broke at the last minute. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Cecilski. That's driven out to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And at least 2 runs will come home. Let's see, I think, and that's where they'll hold him. So Cooper Cecilski with a stand-up double. And quickly, you watch here as the freshman just takes a good swing and drives that out to left field in front of Ryan Johnson. And so Clapperton comes home, so too does Rigtrop. And it makes it 3-0 in favor. And quick visit out to the hill for Coach Hall, the pitching coach. So runners at second and third. And this is a conversation with Isaac Keene just to see how do you feel. There is action in the WT bullpen already, though, here in the first inning. So Coach Hall has some words of encouragement for the senior right-hander, and that's the one thing about the veteran pitcher is he knows how he feels. He knows what's working, what's not working. So 1 out, 3 runs across, runners at second and third for UTPB. The Falcons exploded here in the top of the first inning against the senior right-hander Isaac Keene. It's outside for a ball. So Taylor McDaniel from right up the road at Randall High School in Amarillo. Freshman, batting from the right side. He's batting .464 this season. Looks in that a strike. Taylor so far this season has 13 hits. He's driven in 4 runs. He's driven in 11 RBIs. And this will be, coming on to make that catch. Here's the throw in. It's cut off by Savoy. But Will Fenning, the veteran, able to pull that one in on a fly out to right for out number 2. And that'll bring up Austin Hall, the 8th batter in the lineup for UTPB. Hall batting from the right side. First pitch is drilled out to center field. Patrick Dunneman will circle underneath and pull that one in. So first pitch swinging. Austin Hall flies out to center for out number 3. But a good inning for the Falcons as they score 3 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base. We have played half an inning. And the Falcons have jumped out in front of the Buffs 3-0. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time, just like you like it.
Well, for the Falcons of UTPB, it'll be Trevor Barth who gets the start today. The 6'3", 220-pound sophomore from Beaverton, Oregon, played at Grays Harbor College before coming to UTPB. Comes in with a record of 1-2. This is his 9th game appearance. He has started 7 games, so this will be his 8th start of the season. He's pitched 26 innings so far. He's allowed 31 hits, 21 runs, 16 of those earned. He's walked 15. He's struck out 20. And batters have a .295 batting average against the big right-hander for UTPB. Mike Manetta will lead things off for the Buffaloes. And Manetta looks at strike 1. Manetta from Farmingdale, New York, a senior, 6'2", 190 pounds, batting from the left side, and that one misses for a ball. So it evens the count at 1-1. Manetta yesterday was 1 for 3 at the plate, but he walked twice and scored 3 runs yesterday in that leadoff spot. There's ball 2. So Mike batting .339. has an on-base percentage of .512 this season. Right up the middle, and that's going to be for a base hit. And so Manetta singles to get aboard. And, man, that fooled the shortstop as Mason Hamlin was over there, but it looked like Trevor Barth had a play on it. He went down to reach it, but it got under his glove, and so Hamlin was late to recover. And so that went on the second base side of the second base and out into center field. So that brings up Ryan Johnson, the senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ryan batting from the right side, first pitch swing, looks at a strike. Johnson, we got a chance to talk with after the ball game yesterday. He was 4 for 4 at the plate. Also walked once, and he scored twice. Yesterday's 10-0 win over UTPB. Check swing, they say he goes around, so that is a strike. So Ryan 0-2 is the count on the senior. Left fielder settles in, ready to go. Manetta measures his lead off the bag at first. That's drilled out into center field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. So Ryan Johnson with back-to-back singles at first. He's at first, and Manetta now at second.
Next at bat number 22, Adam Becker.
And that'll bring up Adam Becker. The senior, the Lone Star Conference Player of the Year, offensively, as he comes in and gets set to bat from the right side. Adam Becker batting .485 at the plate this season. This is his 100th plate appearance. Pitch is not a breaking ball that doesn't break, by that is what I mean, is it didn't break. You tried to get a curveball to come across. Becker, who has 48 hits on the season. Batting from the right side. Yesterday, he, in his first 3 plate appearances, had 3 singles. Was down in the dirt for a ball. Becker was 3 for 5 at the plate yesterday. Also drove in 3 runs. So far this season, Adam has driven in 41 runs for the Buffaloes, and an opportunity here with Manetta at second base. Check swings there for a strike, and he kind of shook his head. One of those where he wishes he would have pulled the trigger. So Becker settles back in, ready to go. Open stance, batting from the right side. Fouls this one off at the plate. Keeps the count at 1-2. Becker, the senior from Midland, Texas. Settles in, ready, batting from the right side. That's going to be outside for a ball. So 2-2 the count. Will Fenning in the on-deck circle for WT. Becker, 6'4", 225 pounds, and a lot of power. Batting from that right side. Sends this one out into center field, and that's going to be in for a base hit. That may go to the fence. It's going to be run down as he makes his way to second base, slides in there safely. And a run comes across as Mike Manetta comes around to score for the Buffaloes. They now trail 3-1 to Trevor Barth. And you watch this, just solid, kind of like we talked about yesterday, workmanlike, just out into right center field. And Cecilsi cuts that one off, and there's a quick conversation now for head coach Gabe Grider with his right-hander, as the Buffs have 3 hits to start things off here in the bottom of the first. So runners at second and third with 1 run home, as Ryan Johnson is down at third base. The umpire goes out, and that breaks up the huddle out on the pitching mound. And so that'll bring up Will Fenning, the senior right fielder from Scottsdale, Arizona. Fenning batting .329 on the season. This is his 74th at bat. First pitch is outside corner for a strike. Good fastball. Following Fenning will be Corey Schmidt, the DH in today's game for the Buffaloes. Outfield pretty much straight away. Fenning inside out swing, and that may drop in right field. No, coming on. Nice play by the right fielder. And, they're... So we may have catcher interference here. That may be the call. Nobody from UTBB is questioning it, but they put Will Fenning on at first base. So I'm going to guess that's catcher's interference. So Fenning on at first. They send Ryan Johnson back to third, so the bases are loaded for Corey Schmidt. And Corey takes a cut and comes up empty. Corey, a 6'4", 200-pound junior from Liberty Hill, Texas, played at Dodge City Community College, batting from the right side, batting .396. Yesterday, Schmidt was the DH, and he was 4 for 4 at the plate. Takes a cut, comes up empty. So he's down in the count 0-2. To the big right-hander. So Barth checks the wristband for the pitch that Ringtrop wants. That's going to be outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schmidt. So bases are full for the Buffs. No outs here in the bottom of the first. And Schmidt settles in. The junior DH takes a cut and sends this skyward. It's down the right field line. The first baseman going over trying to make a play. And that one goes out foul. So it keeps the count for Schmidt at 1-2. Eddie Savoy, the first baseman for the Buffs today in the on-deck circle. So Schmidt smettles back in, ready to go. Back deep in the batter's box, big open stance. Kind of coils up that 6'4" frame and looks at a ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for the junior. Bases are full of Buffaloes. Johnson at third, Adam Becker at second, and Will Fenning at first. And that one's inside, misses. There's a good curve. The way it was coming at first, it looked like it was coming right at Schmidt. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Barth checks the wrist. Comes home with it, and Schmidt takes a cut and comes up empty, and he's upset he should have let it go. So he's a strikeout victim, first of the ball game. And so that's the first out here in the bottom of the first.
And for the Buffs, number 10, Eddie Savoy.
Eddie Savoy comes up, batting from the right side. The junior batting .308 on this season, or check it, yeah, .308. Batting from the right side. Savoy looks at ball one. Savoy, his 79th plate appearance. He has 24 hits. He's driven in 22. He's walked 12 times and struck out 9. Batting from the right side from Montreal, Quebec, looks at strike one. Savoy checks back with the umpire to see. He thought that was a little low. The umpire explains where it was. So a 1-1 count on the Buffalo first baseman. Off-speed pitch is high for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Patrick Donovan in the on-deck circle for the Buffs. Savoy, the 6th batter at the plate. 1 out, bases are loaded, 1-1 are crossed. UTPB leads this one 3-1. That one misses for a ball. So Savoy ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. See if he takes all the way on this one. The junior batting from the right side. And he does, and that is ball 4. And that'll walk in a run as Ryan Johnson will come home. Everybody moves up a base. And Savoy is awarded with an RBI.
Next at bat for the Buffs, number 5, Patrick Donovan.
So 3-2 our score now. And that brings up Patrick Donovan. First pitch swinging, and that's going to be hit out into left field, and giving chase and sliding over to make that catch is Haggerty, and tagging and coming home is Adam Becker. That ties the game at 3 as Patrick Donovan flies out to left field for out number 2 and gets the RBI to tie things up. And that'll bring up Evan Leibel, the catcher.
At the plate, number 20, Evan Leibel.
The junior from Los Alamitos, California. Of course, played at the University of Oklahoma before coming over here to WT. Looks at a strike. Evan, the 8th batter, to come to the plate for the Buffs here in this inning. So both teams sending 8 batters at least to the plate in their half of the inning. In a 3-3 ball game now, as the Buffs have been able to come back and tie this up. Good off-speed pitch. Leibel is out in front of. He's down in the count 0-2. Evan, 5'11", 185-pound junior. Batting .288 this season. His 67th plate appearance. His 19 hits. And this one a slow roller to the third baseman who guns over to first base in time to get Leibel retired 5-3 for out number 3. So 3 runs for the Buffaloes, and they were able to do that on 3 hits. No errors in the inning and 2 left on base. So we have played an inning and we're tied at 3. We'll go to the top of the second inning, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Well, welcome back to the friendly confines of Wilder Park as we go into the top of the second, tied at 3. 3 runs on 4 hits. There was an error for UTPB. The Buffs 3 runs on 3 hits. That error came back in the form of catcher interference. That's what allowed Will Finning to get down to first base. And so we go to the 9th batter in the lineup for UTPB. First pitch swinging is Christian Rodriguez. Christian in right field today, down in the count, 0-1. Christian from El Paso, Texas, played at El Paso Community College. He is a junior, comes through with a base hit, though, got that past Kicks Farrell over at short. So he's aboard with a single. Isaac Keene out in his second inning of work. Then we go to the top of the order, Mason Hamlin, who singled his last at bat. Looks at a breaking ball. It's in there for a strike. Hamlin batting .356 in that leadoff spot. He has an on-base percentage of .410. This is 88th. There's a quick throw to first, not in time. Is Rodriguez, who's back on the bag at first. Hamlin, who has 31 hits this season. Looks at a ball, so that he was the count at 1-1. Hamlin calls time and steps out, and then Isaac Keene wants to reset the pitches. So now Hamlin slowly steps in. So Hamlin batting from the right side, close to the plate. Got that back foot close to the plate. Big open stance. Drives this one up, and Farrell stopped it, but he couldn't come up with it. And so Hamlin aboard, runners at first and second. And they're going to call that an E6 on Kicks Farrell. So that'll bring up Michael Clapperton, who singled and scored his last at bat. Clapperton has raised the batting average to 280. It was 138 when he had his last at bat. Now it's 280 on his 10th hit of the season. Clapperton batting from the right side, shows bunt, pulls it back. Runs the count to 2-0. Keene checks the wristband on the next pitch. Clapperton, big open stance, ready to go, shows bunt, and that is a strike. So 2 balls and a strike. Clapperton settles back in. The senior lays down the bunt, but that's going to be foul for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Keene, as Clapperton shows bunt, lays it down. And they did get him out. That was close. It was bobbled by Evan Leibel. But that does advance the runners. So sacrifice 2-3 for out number 1 for Leibel. That moves Rodriguez over to third. And Mason Hamlin over to second base. And that brings up Carson Johnson, who again takes a cut, comes up empty. Carson batting .368. His last at bat, he was called out for catcher interference. He interfered with a catcher trying to make a play. And that's going to be low for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1. One out here, top of the second inning. Isaac Keene trying to get in a rhythm. That one's down low for a ball. Again, a cold afternoon here in Canyon. It's warmed up to 45. Wind out of the north-northeast. Very light. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 3. So Keene checks the wristband again, checks the runner at second. Now toes the rubber on the far left side of the pitching rubber. That's golfed foul and out of play. So that brings the count full for Carson Johnson. Johnson settles in, batting from the right side. That misses for ball 4. So, second walk given up by Isaac Keene. So that loads the bases for Carson Johnson, and that may be all. Looks like they're going to make a pitching change as Coach Hall comes out. And Isaac Keene just couldn't get in a groove today, so they're going to go ahead and make a change and go to the bullpen. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so, and then we'll come back and set the stage for you. But first, this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Well, you can't close the door just yet on Isaac Keene as he pitched 1 inning, 1 1/3 inning, I should say. And he has so far given up 3 runs on 5 hits. He's walked 2. And he gives way to Brennan Berdone. Berdone, the junior from Plano, Texas. Played at Connors State before coming to WT. 6 feet, 185 pounds. Comes into this one with no record. This is for Brennan. The right-hander comes in and gets set. Berdone has pitched in 5 innings so far this season. And he'll face Brent Ringtrap, the catcher. The right-hander ready to go. Pitch outside corner, misses for a ball. Looked like he was trying to get to the corner, and he's telling plate umpire is telling him that it was just outside. So 1-0 count on the catcher, who singled his last at bat and drove in a run. That one misses for ball 2. Ringtrout from Las Cruces, New Mexico. He's a 6 foot, 245-pound junior, batting from the right side. The 256 average. And there's a strike. That one kind of caught him. I think he was looking for something different. Kind of a little off-speed pitch from Brendan Berdone. Berdone puts his toe on the rubber. Bases are full. And that one misses low for a ball. So he runs the count 3 balls and a strike. Berdone. That's inside for ball 4, so he walks in a run, back-to-back walks. And UTPB takes the lead 4-3 over the Buffaloes as the catcher gets his second RBI of the ball game. And that'll bring up Jack Haggerty. Haggerty from Mission Viejo, California, batting from the left side. Calling time. Haggerty, who walked his last at bat, was left stranded at third base. So base is still full for UTPB, leading 4-3 now. That's hit past the first baseman for a base hit. So Haggerty singles. And that'll bring in 2 runs for UTPB. As Mason Hamlin comes home. And you watch here on this hit, just a solid hit past Eddie Savoy at first base. And that'll plate Carson Johnson and Mason Hamlin. Now UTPB in front 6-3 over the Buffaloes. They've scored 3 in each of the first 2 innings so far on this cool afternoon. So Haggerty over at first, Ringtrap at second, and now you can close the book on Isaac Keene, inning in a third. He allowed 5 hits and 6 runs. Off-speed pitch. That's got Cooper Cecilski swinging. So Cooper down in the count 0-2. He doubled his last at bat. That one misses outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strike for the freshman from Monument, Colorado. Cooper batting from the right side, settles back in, ready to go. Breaking pitch doesn't turn over. So that'll be ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Buffs trying to get something to take place here. Trailing now 6-3. Verdone on in relief of Isaac Keene. That one's going to be low for ball 3. So Verdone so far has walked and allowed a single. Runs the count full, 3-2. And got him swinging for strike 3. So that is the first strikeout of the ball game for the Buffaloes. And you watch right here as Cecilski, waiting for the delivery from Verdone, takes a cut, but just cannot connect with the baseball. And so that is out number 2. So for the second inning in a row, the 8th batter comes to the plate for UTPB, and that's fouled off and out of play for Taylor McDaniel. Taylor flew out to right field his last at bat. McDaniel still batting .448. Taylor ready. Fouls this one off. So he's down in the count 0-2. So Verdone comes home with it. And got him swinging for out number 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Verdone. And so 3 runs come across on 2 hits. There was an error in the inning. And 2 left on base. We have played an inning and a half. And UTPB has a 6-3 lead. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Well, back out for his second inning of work is Trevor Barth, with his club leading 6-3 as UTPB scored 3 in the first and 3 in the second to lead this one 6-3.
At bat for the Buffs, number 17, Kix Farrell.
And Kix Farrell will lead things off. Kix takes a cut, comes up empty. He's down in the count 0-1. Kix first bat this afternoon, batting in the 9th spot. He'll be followed by Mike Manetta and Ryan Johnson. Drives this one slow shot out to the shortstop. And so he lines out to the shortstop for out number 1. And that'll bring up Mike Manetta.
Number 21, Mike Manetta.
And Mike coming up for his second at-bat. He singled and scored in his first at-bat today. Looks at a pitch inside for a strike. 6-3 UTPB over the West Texas A&M Buffaloes here at Wilder Park, It's fouled off and out of play. So Mike down in the count 0-2. Manetta batting from the left side. Settles in, ready to go. Barth comes home with it. Fouled off. Keeps the count at 0-2. So Manetta settles in. Inside out swing sends this out to left field, and circling underneath to pull that one in is Jack Haggerty. So quickly 2 outs for the Buffaloes. That'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Talked to Ryan yesterday, and he said he feels like he's beginning to settle in at the plate. Yesterday he was 4 for 4. And he started off today's game with a single and came around to score. Looks at an off-speed pitch for a strike. Senior from Albuquerque, batting from the right side, even stance. Now he opens it up a little more. Pops this one out into center field, and circling over is Cecilski, trying to block the sun, comes over and makes the catch. And so Ryan Johnson flies out to center for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for UTPB. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We have played 2 complete, and the Falcons lead this one by a count of 6-3. We'll take a timeout, do so, and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, Brendan Burdone out for his second inning of work as we go to the top of the 3rd. And for UTPB, it will be Austin Hall, the third baseman, to lead things off, followed by Christian Rodriguez. And then Mason Hamlin, the 8-9-1 batters in the lineup for the Falcons. Leading this one 6-3 here in the top of the 3rd. Burdone gets his final warm-up tosses in. As we look all around the Lone Star Conference. Lady Buffs trailing to Oklahoma Christian 3-0. In softball over at Schaefer Field. Some other action. Cameron and Eastern are scoreless so far. And Oklahoma Christian beat Texas A&M International 10-6 earlier today. And Oklahoma Christian in the 6th inning leads now International 10-2. So they got a little earlier start in their contest. Burdone comes low at the knees for Austin Hall for ball 1. Hall, who flew out to center field, his last at bat, batting .235 this season. Breaking ball doesn't break as much as Burdone was hoping. So that runs the count to 2-0 on the first baseman for the Falcons. Takes a cut, comes up empty, and lost his elbow pad on that one. So 2 balls and a strike for Austin Hall out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Played at Trinidad State before coming to UTPB. 6'4", 220-pound first baseman. And he now runs the count to 3-1. Berdone, again, trying to get in a bit of a rhythm. That's outside for ball 4. Trying to come home with a fastball, but just no control on that one as it goes way outside. That is the second walk given up by Berdone. Brennan out of Plano, Texas, is a junior. Puts his toe on his right toe on the far left side of the pitching rubber. Comes home with it, and that misses outside for a ball. Berdone. You can tell it keeps blowing on his hand, trying to get some moisture or some warmth on his right hand. That curveball is in there for a strike. So that evens the count of 1-1 for Christian Rodriguez, who singled and scored in his last at bat to lead off the second inning. So the second batter here in the third inning. Another curveball outside for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the right fielder. Junior from El Paso settles in, get it ready to go. Quick throw to first. Austin Hall dives back. Rodriguez batting from the right side. Fouls this off and out of play. That off-speed pitch got Rodriguez as he strikes out. It's out number 1. Again, we'll watch this, and it's Reese Miller who's pitching, they say. So Reese able to bring that one in low, and it is Reese. So Berdone only pitched to finish up 2/3 of an inning. So Reese Miller. Pitching to Mason Hamlin. Hamlin strike. So he's down in the count 0-2 as Miller begins to heat up. That's going to be outside for a ball. Reese Miller, of course, from Dayton, Texas, and Hill College. 6'2", 205-pound junior. The 2-1 record. He has 2 saves this season. He's pitched in 21 and now 2/3 innings. One misses outside for a ball. So he was the count at 2-2. Reese has struck out 37. He's walked 9, or now 10. And he's allowed 20 earned runs this season. I'm trying to change the pitching order because Reese was probably scheduled to start tomorrow. There got Rodriguez swinging, and so that is, or excuse me, Hamlin swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts. So 2 strikeouts for Reese Miller. And that'll bring on Michael Clapperton, who is 1 for 2 at the plate today. Clapperton, who singled and scored in the first. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Clapperton batting in 152. Clapperton batting from the right side, the senior. Sends this one toward Kix Farrell over at short, and he throws it on to Mike Medina for out number 3 as they got Austin Hall forced at second base for a 6-3 put out for out number 3. So no runs on no hits, there were no errors, and 1 left on base. We have played 2.5. And UTPB leads us 6-3 over the Buffaloes. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
Well, again, sun-splashed afternoon now as the clouds have kind of lifted here at Wilder Park as the Buffs trail this one 6-3 at a UTPB at the bottom of the 3rd. Adam Becker will lead things off, followed by Will Fenning and Corey Schmidt. Becker, the off-speed pitch from Barth out in front of that one, is down in the count 0-1. Becker batting from the right side, batting .490 this season. He's got a double his last at bat. The pitch misses for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. Becker batting from the right side, sends one foul down the right field line and out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strike count on the Buffs' third baseman. As he settles in ready to go. Fouls this one off down the right field line and out of play. Keeps the count at 1-2. Becker. They kind of shade him to left field a little bit. Sends this one down the right field line, and that's going to be in the UTPB bullpen. Falcons lead it, the bottom of the 3rd, 6-3. Becker to be followed by Will Fenning and Corey Schmidt. Off-speed pitch is skied out to center field. Trying to find it is the center fielder. Cecile Skeet comes on and makes the catch. So Becker is retired on a fly out to mid-center for out number 1.
Step back for the Buffs, number 15, Will Fenning.
So Fenning batting from the right side again, got a board on an error. His last at bat on the catcher for catcher interference. Takes a big cut, comes up empty. Will batting .329. Bats from the right side. So the pitch outside for a ball. Senior from Scottsdale settles in, ready to go, batting on the right side. Off-speed pitch is drilled out to left field. And back diving attempt is not there. And Finning will round second and hold up there with a stand-up double. So a good attempt out in left field by John Haggerty. He kind of lays out to try to pull that one in, but again, that was just solid wrap out into left field, and you can see Haggerty as he comes over from left center and dives after that one, but can't catch up to it. And so a stand-up double for Will Finney. That'll bring up Corey Schmidt, who struck out his last at-bat. Schmidt batting .389 this season. Off-speed pitch is inside for a ball. Eddie Savoy in the on-deck circle. Bard working in his third inning. That's going to be a slow roller hit towards third. Coming up, throwing over in time is Clapperton. And so Schmidt is retired 5-3 for out number 2. That holds Will Finning over at second base. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy, who walked his last at bat. Junior from Montreal settles in, batting from the right side. Trevor Barth checks the wristband to see the pitch. Checks the runner at second, then comes home with it, and that's an inside-out swing for a foul. So Savoy down in the count 0-1. Barth comes home with it after checking the runner at second, and that's fouled off at the plate. So Eddie down in the count 0-2. Eddie Savoy, who played at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M before coming here to WT. Chokes up a little on the bat on the 0-2 count. That's going to be outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Buff first baseman. Patrick Donovan in the on-deck circle should Savoy get aboard. That's going to be outside for ball 2. So that's the veteran batsmanship for Eddie Savoy laying off that pitch. It was tempting, but it was just outside. So it runs the count to 2-2. Barth checks runner at second and Finning, and now checks him one more time. That's going to be low for a ball. So full count for Eddie Savoy. Eddie batting .308. 23 runs driven in this season on 24 hits. Quick throw to second base, and Finning is back. There are players in the bullpen area for UTPB. And again, for Barth coming into this one, he's pitched a lot. Coming into today, he's pitched in 26 innings. That's fouled off and out of play. Savoy and the home plate umpire having a bit of a conversation on that pitch. Probably asking if it was a strike or not. And that's going to be sent out into right field and sliding under to pull that one in is Rodriguez, and so that is out number 3 as Savoy flies out to right for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We played 3. Buffs trail 6-3. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, welcome back. As you see, Evan Leibel getting his last warm-up toss in from Reese Miller. Sends it down to second base. And the Buffs trailing in this one 6-3 as we go to the top of the 4th. Also heard a lot of commotion over at Schaefer Park across the way for the Lady Buffs softball team. They're tied up at 3 with Oklahoma Christian. First pitch in there for a strike for Reese Miller as he faces Carson Johnson. Carson has got a board on an error. He's got a board on. That one's sent out into center field, and coming on quickly, Donovan comes on and makes the catch. Nice play by Patrick. He had to kind of adjust the speed as he was running in on that one. Good play by the Buff center fielder as Carson Johnson is retired. On a fly out to center for out number 1. So they'll bring up Brent Rigtrop, the catcher. Brent has walked and singled today. That pitch is outside for a ball. Rigtrop's also drove in 2 runs today, and there he looks at a strike. 1 ball and a strike for the Falcon catcher. That one is in there for strike 2, so same place. So ball and 2 strikes now for Ringtrap, who is batting .256. Sends this one out into right field. Fenning gives chase, and he will circle underneath and pull that one in. So fly out to right for out number 2. And that will bring up Jack Haggerty, the left fielder. He is also 1 for 1 today. He walked once and singled back in the 2nd. Haggerty batting from the left side. Settles in, ready to go. Pitch inside corner, misses low for a ball. Should he get aboard Cooper Cecilski in the on-deck circle? And that is going to be inside for a strike. Well, we hear Sweet Caroline playing over for the Lady Buffs, which usually means they come away with a victory. We'll check up on that here momentarily. That's driven down the left field line, and that's going to be fouling out of play. So it runs the count to 1-2 on Jack Haggerty. Haggerty inches closer to the plate. That's going to be low for a ball, trying to protect that outside corner just a little bit. Haggerty settles in. Oh, good curveball. Got him looking for strike 3. So a 1-2-3 inning, and that is the third strikeout for Reese Miller. As you see this, just a good breaking ball. Got the outside corner. And no runs. No hits, no errors, nobody on base. We have played 3.5. UTPB with the 6-3 lead over the Buffs. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas. We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park. Across the way at Schaefer Park, the Lady Buffs had a walk-off home run for a 4-3 win over Oklahoma Christian. Now the Buffaloes trying to get their offense going, trailing here 6-3. And for Patrick Donovan, he looks at ball 1. Pitch swung on, driven down the right field line, but fouling out of play. Boy, Patrick got around on that one. So Donovan, who flew out to left field his last at bat, evens the count at 1-1. Off-speed pitch is high for ball 2. Patrick batting .325. His 41st plate appearance. Sends this out to center field, and that is shading away, but Sosilski slides underneath, able to pull that one in. That was a good play because that was cutting away from him. So Donovan flies out to center for out number 1. And that'll bring up Evan Leibel. Leibel grounded out to the third baseman, Michael Clapperton, his last at bat. Batting .284, takes a pitch outside for a ball. Kicks Farrell in the on-deck circle, so Leibel trying to see if he could get something going here in the bottom of the 4th for the Buffs, trailing 6-3. Inside pitch misses for ball 2. Trevor Barth has pitched well. Big right-hander working in his 4th inning of work. That one misses for a ball inside. So 3-0 the count on the Buff catcher. Being a left-hander, they've pulled everybody over to the right side of the infield. That one is a strike on the outside corner. So 3 balls and a strike for Leibel. The junior batting from the left side, settles in, ready to go. Open stance. Takes a cut, comes up empty. He's upset with himself. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leibel settles in. Barth gets set. Pitch on the way. And Leibel strikes out for out number 2. And that is the second strikeout for Trevor Barth. And again, just got Leibel kind of where batters like it, right at the letters. Took a swing and came up empty. And that'll bring up Kix Farrell, who lined out to the shortstop his first at bat. Kix looks at strike 1. So Kix down in the count 0-1. Farrell from Memphis, Texas. 5'10", 150-pound senior. Looks at a pitch way outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike for the Buff shortstop. Farrell settles in, ready to go. Fouls this one off and out of play. So Kix down in the count 1-2. Can hear the wind picking up now as it is blowing in. That one misses for a ball. So an even count at 2-2. Wind picking up this afternoon. Barth comes home with it, and that's going to be popped up down the right field line. The first baseman giving chase and circles underneath and is able to make the put out. And so Kix Farrell pops up for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base for the Buffaloes. We have played 4 complete. The Buffs trail to UTPB 6-3. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Well, welcome back as Reese Miller comes on for his 3rd inning of work. Buffs trailing 6-3. Reese came on in the 3rd, so he pitched the 3rd and the 4th, and now pitching here in the 5th. As he gets set to go, he will face the 6, 7, and 8 batter in the lineup for UTPB, Cooper Sasilski, to lead things off. He has doubled and struck out. So he is a 1 for 2. Looks at ball 1. Cooper, the freshman, playing in center field today. Looks at a strike on the outside. So a 1-1 count. Pops this one straight up. Trying to find it is Evan Leibel, and Evan able to make that catch. As Cooper pops up to the catcher for out number 1. That'll bring up Taylor McDaniel from right here in Amarillo, right up the road here from the university. Went to Randall High School. Taylor batting .433. Struck out his last at bat and flew out to right field. He's 0 for 2 at the plate. Looks at strike 1. Reese Miller, who has come on in relief. Good pitch, just a little low, though, for the freshman. That evens the count at 1-1. Following Taylor will be Austin Hall. Miller. As this one's hit towards Kix Farrell, it's short. Comes up throwing over to first in time for the 6-3 putout. That's out number 2. And that'll bring up Austin Hall, the first baseman who has walked and flown out to center field today. Hall batting from the right side, hitting .235, looks at a strike. Miller. It's going to be low for a ball. It's kind of interesting. Reese does that kind of that countdown with his hand when he's having a conversation with his catcher, Evan Leibel, make sure they're on the same page as far as the wristband is concerned. That one just got the outside corner. They say he did not go around, trying to see if Austin Hall broke his swing, but he did not, so runs the count to 2-1. Hall deep in the batter's box, takes a cut, comes up empty. So that evens the count at 2-2. Austin from Santa Fe settles in, batting from the right side. That pitch is low for a ball. So 3-2 the count, so a full count. Austin settles back in, ready to go. That's going to be hit liner right at Mike Manetta, and so Austin Hall lines out to second for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. UTPB still in front, 6-3 over the Buffaloes. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time, just like you like it.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park. You can see the wind coming now from the northwest at about 5, and so the flag not really moving a whole lot, but it has changed from the northeast to the northwest, so that may be being a little bit warmer air will start to blow in to the area here. And for the Buffaloes to lead things off will be the leadoff man who made the last out for UTPB, as he got the line drive shot right at him with Mike Manetta. Mike down in the count 0-1, looks at ball 1, so he evens up at 1 apiece. Mike batting .344. He is 1 for 2 at the plate today. Looks at a pitch low for ball 2. Manetta singled in the first and scored on the double from Adam Becker. And he flew out to left field in the second. Check swing is a strike. So that evens the count at 2-2. Home plate umpire called it. Mike thought they had checked with the third base umpire. He didn't think he broke his swing. It's going to be outside for a ball, so that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Manetta settles in from Farmingdale, New York, the senior, batting from the left side. And that's low for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 5th inning. This is where the Buffaloes need to get their bats going. Manetto aboard, then Ryan Johnson and Adam Becker. Ryan is 1 for 2 at the plate today. He singled in the first and scored. Flew out to center field in the second, and that one hits him. So he'll head down to first base. First hits batsman today. So Trevor Barth working here in the 5th inning. And that's going to require a visit to the mound. And that may be all. That is all for Trevor Barth, who has pitched 4 innings so far today and will be removed here in the 5th. So we have a pitching change at Wilder Park. We'll take a timeout and come back, tell you who it is right after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely.
So Adam Becker to come to the plate to face Andrew Tropman. First pitch is inside for a ball. Andrew Troutman, 6'4", 210-pound sophomore from Fairbanks, Alaska, played at Clark College. Coming down here to UTPB, and he's from Fairbanks. This is nothing for him weather-wise. That one's going to be low for a ball. So a 2-0 count to Adam Becker. Mike Manetta at second base, Ryan Johnson at first. Manetta walked. Ryan Johnson was hit by a pitch. So Becker comes on. That's going to be drilled down the third base line. That's going to be fouling out of play, and Becker upset with himself. He had the pitch he wanted. Just didn't get a good swing on that one. So 2 balls and a strike. Will Finning in the on-deck circle. Buffs trailing 6-3. 6 runs on 6 hits and an error for UTPB. That one misses for a ball. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Buffs and an error. So 3 balls and a strike for Andrew Tropman. As Adam Becker settles back in, the senior from Midland, Texas. Looks at a pitch outside for ball 4, so he's a walk. So that loads the bases for Will Finning. It's the third walk given up today by UTPB pitching. Fetty, first pitch swinging, fouls that off at the plate. It's down in the count 0-1. Fenning batting .338. Had a double his last at bat. Got a board on an error in the first inning. So he's been on base twice today. Looks at a pitch low for a ball. So 1-1 the count. To the senior from Scottsdale, Arizona, batting from the right side. That one got the outside corner for a strike. Finney was looking back to see whether he was going to call that one or not. I think he was kind of hoping that he might have got the outside edge a little further outside than what it was. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Buff right fielder. Bases are full. And Finney takes a cut and comes up empty, and he strikes out. So first strikeout for Andrew Trotman. And again, you watch here, this was just a little low, and Finney reached down for it. That could have been a ball. So out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bases are full. Corey Schmidt, who was grounded out and struck out, 0 for 2 today at the plate. First pitch is the outside corner for a strike. Troutman comes home, drives that out to right field, and that one's going to fall for a base hit. So 1 run will come, 2 runs. Nope, 1 run will come home for the Buffs. Thought they were going to wave Ryan around. So the Buffs cut the lead to 6-4. Inside out swing here for Schmidt out into right field, and he gets the RBI single. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy. Johnson now at third base. Adam Becker at second. And Schmidt at first. Savoy, there's a sidearm pitch for a strike. Savoy 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field his last at bat. He walked in the first. Fouls that one off at the plate. So he's down in the count 0-2. Trotman working here in the 5th inning. Trevor Barth went 4 innings. And gave up 4 runs. Mike Mineta counts against him. So too does Ryan Johnson. Six to 4, UTPB with the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Buffalo first baseman. And that's going to be hit out into right field. Circling underneath will be Rodriguez. He gloves it, coming home. Here's the throw, not in time, as Ryan Johnson able to score to make it 6-5. So give Eddie Savoy the RBI. It's his second of the ball game. As he flies out to right for out number 2, and that'll bring up Patrick Donovan. Donovan, the junior from Scottsdale, Arizona, settles in, batting from the left side. He's flown out to left and out to center. He's 0 for 2 at the plate today. .317 is Patrick's batting average. His 42nd plate appearance. Trotman checks the runner at second, then comes home, and that's going to be fouled down the left field line and out of play. So that evens the count at 1-1 on Patrick. Corey Schmidt at first base, Adam Becker at second. 2 outs for the Buffaloes. That's going to be out into left field for a base hit. They're going to wave Adam Becker home. Here he comes. He slides in to tie things up, and the runners advance on the overthrow to the catcher. So runners at second and third, and we're tied at 6 on the single from Patrick Donovan. And Patrick, with a good inside-out swing, sends that out to left field for a base hit. And he gets his second RBI of the day. And so Adam Becker comes home. We're tied at 6. Runners at second and third. And we may have a pitch hitter here for Evan Leibel, and that is going to be the case. So coming on to pitch hit will be Cameron Loy. Cameron from Mansfield, Texas, played at Northeast Texas Community College. The junior, 6 feet, 205 pounds. And now we'll have a meeting out on the hill for Andrew Trotman, and that's to go over what they anticipate here with Cameron Loy with 2 outs, but runners at second and third. And so that will be a pitching change, I believe. And so that'll be it for Andrew Trotman. A pitching change for UTPB. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Well, the Buffs made a change at the plate for Evan Leibel as Cam Loy. Then they made another change as the UTPB Falcons go to the bullpen to take out Andrew Trotman and bring in Eddie Chang. Chang had pitched yesterday, and so the Buffs counter with Dylan Fesperman, who's down in the count 0-1. Fesperman batting .241 on the season. Takes a cut, comes up empty. Good fastball from Chang. Chang, the left-hander. This is his 13th inning of work. Check swing's not there. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for Dylan Fesperman. Dylan from Phoenix, Arizona, 6'4", 215-pound sophomore. Check it, junior. Fesperman batting from the right side, sends us down the left field line. That's fair. That's going to the wall. And 2 runs will come home for the Buffaloes, and they take the lead now on a double by Dylan Fesperman. As Corey Schmidt comes home, and so too does Patrick Donovan. And again, just rocketed down the left field line, back to the wall. And so the Buffs get 2 runs and now take the lead 8-6 as Fesperman comes out and a pitch runner, Dave Jensen, comes on for him. That'll bring up Kix Farrell, the shortstop. He's lined out and popped up. He's 0 for 2 at the plate today, but the Buffs now lead it 8-6. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, time called. We may have a pitch hitter. That is the case. So before the pitch comes to Kix Farrell, pitch hitter is Brian Bailey. Bailey, 5'9" junior from Lancaster, Texas, batting from the right side. Pops this one up, and this is out of play for a strike. 9th batter in the inning for the Buffaloes. Mike Mineta, who started this one off with a walk and came around to score, is in the on-deck circle. 2 outs for the Buffs. They now lead 8-6, their first lead of the ball game. Inside pitch misses for a ball. Buffs, 8 runs on 7 hits. And that one hits Brian Bailey, so he'll head down to first base. It's hit by a pitch. So runners at first and second. And we go to the top of the order, and that'll be Mike Mineta here, batting for the 2nd time in the 5th inning. Buffs leading 8-6. Well, the Falcons scored 3 in the first and 3 in the second to lead 6-3 when the Buffs scored 3 in the first. The Buffs now scored 5 here in the 5th. Mineta looks at ball 1. Eddie Chang checks the runner at second. Comes home with a good off-speed pitch. I think it's a 1-1 count. The scoreboard has it 2-2. And that's strike 2. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now they got the scoreboard correct. So Mineta down in the count, 1-2. Runners at first and second. Chang checks the runner at second. Comes home, and that one misses for ball 2. So 2-2 the count on the Buffalo second baseman. He walked earlier in the inning, came around to score. Mineta batting .344. And that got the outside corner for a strike 3. And so that is out number 3 as Chang gets his first strikeout. But the Buffaloes do get 5 runs on 3 hits. There was an error? I don't think so. There was no errors in that inning. And so he had 2 left on base. We have played 5. The Buffs now lead it 8-6. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time, just like you like it.
Well, UTPB, the Falcons led this entire contest. They started off with a 3-0 lead. The Buffs tied it up at 3 at the bottom of the first inning. Then they scored 3 more to lead 6-3 until the 5th inning when the Buffs scored 5. And there's a line shot on the leadoff man, Christian Rodriguez. Down into left field, here's the relay into second base, and he slides in with a double. So, nice way for the Falcons to start off. Christian Rodriguez getting the first pitch double off of Reese Miller. That's the first hit given up by Miller. So a double at second, Christian Rodriguez, and that brings up Mason Hamlin. Hamlin ahead in the count 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. So 1-1 count on the shortstop for the Falcons. He is 1 for 3 at the plate today. Sends this one out into right field. Will Finning will grab it and relay it in. Here's the throw down to third base, but sliding in safely is Christian Rodriguez. So Hamlin flies out to right field for out number 1. That'll bring up Michael Clapperton. Clapperton. And Michael is 1 for 2 at the plate today. Takes a swing and comes up empty. Clapperton singled in the first and scored. Hit into a fielder's choice in the third and had a sacrifice to move the runners around. They checked down the first base line, say he didn't go around. So that evens the count of 1-1. 8-6, the Buffs now with the lead. Outside corner misses for a ball. So Reese Miller, who is 2-1 on the season, now in a spot to win this one, should the Buffs be able to record 5 more outs. There's strike. Top of the 6th inning. This is a doubleheader day, so we play 7. Clapperton. Well, that one hits him, so he'll head down to first base. So that is the first batter hit by Reese Miller. So runners at the corner. First and third for Carson Johnson. Johnson so far today. Oh for 2 at the plate. He has scored a run. He walked in the second. Came around to score. First pitch from Reese Miller misses for a ball. Miller, of course, the Buffs scored 5 in the bottom of the 5th, so he got to set for a long time. Quick throw to first. As Clapperton is back. Miller trying to keep him close. Not let him get off to a big lead to get to second base. Quick throw back over. He slides back. So Johnson settles back in. The 1-0 pitch comes home. That breaking ball doesn't break. Stays inside for ball 2. Johnson batting .364. And before that, Coach Hall is going to come out and talk with Reese Miller. There is action in the WT bullpen. Let's see if that is all for Reese or if they're just going to have a conversation here. I mean, they may be checking to see how he feels. Again, Miller came on in relief. Isaac Keene got the start. He went 1 1/3, gave up 6 runs on 5 hits, walked 2. Brendan Burdone came in the second, pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit. He walked 2 and struck out 1. And then Reese Miller came on in the third. So he is pitching in his 3rd inning. So everybody agrees he's okay. He's good to go. Coach Hall makes his way back. Corey in his 13th year here at WT. He and Matt Vandenberg make pretty good tandem. This is going to be popped up, head down the first base line, and that one is going to be foul. Nice effort by by Will Fenning. As he goes sliding over there. He and Mike Moneta were over there, but it was Will Fenning who was sliding under trying to catch that one. Turns into a long strike for Carson Johnson. So 2 balls and a strike. Reese Miller ready to go. Throws to first quickly. Miller checks the runner at first base, which is Clapperton, and gets his lead. Another throw over there, and he's back quickly. Miller checks the runner one more time. Over at third base is Rodriguez. There's a strike. Good pitch. So that evens the count at 2-2 on the second baseman for the Falcons from University of Texas, Permian Basin, located down in Odessa. Johnson settles in, quick throw to first. Diving back is Clapperton. Miller checks the runner once again. Comes home with it. And that's going to be hit out into right field. Fenning circles around and pulls that one in. And so the runner will tag and come home. So 1 run comes across. 2 outs as Carson Johnson flies out to right for out number 2. Does get the RBI. That'll bring up Brent Rigtrup, the catcher, who is 1 for 2 at the plate today. Batting .364, batting from the right side. Outside pitch misses low for a ball. Might add that Dave Jensen, who came in as a courtesy runner back in the 5th, also stayed in to catch for the Buffaloes. Miller comes home with it. That's going to be low for ball 2. Eight to 7 our score. Top of the 6th inning. Miller checks the runner at first. And that one misses outside for ball 3. Miller, who has pitched 54 pitches since coming in. Get that one in there for a strike. So 3 balls and a strike. Rigtrup settles in, batting from the right side. Oh, that one just misses. You can hear the fans. They didn't agree, but nevertheless, Rigtrup gets the walk to first base. You can watch on the replay here. And I'm not sure. That looked like a good pitch, but the umpire says no. And so Buffs will be going to the bullpen. And so that'll be all for Reese Miller. He goes 3 2/3. We'll get his totals in a moment. And we'll also see who the Buffs are going to bring in from the bullpen. Buffs lead at 8 to 7 here at the top of the 6th. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, a new pitcher is Tyler Cornett for the Buffaloes from Shallow-Water, Texas. Played at Cameron before coming over here to the Buffaloes. Tyler comes in with 5 saves on the season. He's pitched in 12 2/3 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 8 runs, 7 of those earned. He's walked 4, and he's struck out 19. Tyler The right-hander settles in, ready to face the left-handed Jack Haggerty at the plate. Runners are off with the pitch, and that is going to be a base hit, and that's going to tie things up. So everybody went and kind of had a plan on for UTPB. The runners were off with the pitch. And so over at second base is Rigtrop. And Clapperton comes home to score to tie the game at 8. So a single for Jack Haggerty. Plates a run, gives him an RBI. And that'll bring up Cooper Dasielski. Pitch is in there for a strike. Dasielski is 1 for 3 at the plate today. He's also driven in 2 runs. That pitch is low for a ball. That one misses for ball 2. So 2-1 the count on Dasielski. Freshman batting from the right side, playing center field. So the 2-1 pitch on the way. It's going to be fouled off at the plate. Runner at second base is Brent Rigtrop. The catcher takes his lead. That one gets away from the catcher, so the runners will advance. Now in scoring position. Haggerty moves to second. Rigtrop moves to third. That runs the count to 3-2. That'll be ruled a pass ball to allow the runners to advance. 8 runs on 8 hits for UTPB, 8 runs on 7 hits for the Buffs. Top of the 6th inning. This is going to be popped up. Mike Mineta is calling it and circles underneath and pulls that one in as he flies out to the second baseman for out number 3. But 2 runs do come across for UTPB. On 1 hit, 2 hits. There are no errors in the inning and 2 left on base. We have played 5.5, and we're tied at 8 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And we'll be back for the Buffaloes' bottom of the 6th at-bats after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Well, a new pitcher comes in to start here the bottom of the 6th inning for the Buffaloes as Ryan Johnson will lead things off, followed by Adam Becker and Will Fenning. New pitcher is Trey Penny out of Decatur, Texas. His first pitch is outside for a ball. Penny, a 5'9", 185-pound junior, played at Vernon College before going down to Odessa. This pitch is fouled off by Ryan Johnson. That evens the count of 1-1. Ryan so far today, 1 for 2 at the plate. He's scored 2 runs. Batting .391. Looks at a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Whatever the case, Gabe Greider did not like it. Had a quick loud word for the home plate umpire and Bill Powell. That one's fouled off. So working fast and throwing nothing but hard stuff. Trey Penny on in relief here. Slow roller hit towards the third baseman, comes up throwing in time for the putout as Ryan Johnson is retired 5-3 for round number 1.
Next to the plate, number 22, Adam Becker.
So that'll bring up Adam Becker. Adam had a double to start things off in the first and drove in a run. He's 1 for 2. He's also scored 2 runs today. He had that double in the first and came around to score. He walked in the 5th to come around and score. Pops this one up down the first base line, and that is going to be out of play. So that turns into a long strike. Runs the count to 1-1 on the senior from Midland, Texas. Becker batting .485. He drove it up to .490. After he hit that double, then it's dropped back. Pop this one out of play. Adam kind of wanting that one back just a little bit. Becker ready. That's going to be high for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. It's going to be high for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike on Adam Becker. Not giving him anything really to take a swing at after he fouled off 2 pitches. 3-2 is drilled down the left field line, and that one is high, and it is gone. A solo home run for Adam Becker to push the Buffs back in front. As Becker drives in his 2nd run of the ball game and scores for the 3rd time today. And Becker got a hold of that one and got it up in the atmosphere. And just watch as he launches this one to left field. And Jack Haggerty jumped, but that wasn't even close. That's probably out by the Cards right now. And so the Buffs regain the lead 9-8 here in the bottom of the 6th. Will Finning, line shot, nice play by the shortstop, as that is Mason Hamlin, who was right place, right time, slid over. So Finning lines out to the shortstop for out number 2. They'll bring up Corey Schmidt. Schmidt, who singled his last at bat, came around to score. He is 1 for 3 today at the plate. Corey batting .393. Check swings it back to the pitcher. And he underhands it over to first base in time for the 1-3 putout for out number 3. But the Buffs do get a run on one hit, a big one, a home run from Adam Becker. There's no errors in the inning and no one left on base. We have played 6 complete. The Buffs lead it now 9-8 over UTPB. We'll be back for the Falcons' 7th inning at bat, but first this time out on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Well, welcome back. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, the Buffs need to get 3 outs to register a win here in this doubleheader Saturday. Buffs lead at 9-8, and heading to the plate will be Taylor McDaniel for UTPB, the DH. First pitch swinging comes up empty. Taylor, who had struck out and grounded out and flown out, 0 for 3 at the plate today. Batting .419. McDaniel batting from the right side, freshman. Off-speed pitch comes inside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. It'll be McDaniel followed by Austin Hall and Christian Rodriguez. 7, 8, 9 in the batting order. That one misses outside for a ball. Runs the count to 2-1. McDaniel batting from the right side. Fouls this one off at the plate. So it runs the count to a 2-2 effort for Taylor McDaniel. McDaniel batting from the right side, inches a little closer to the plate. That one just misses inside. Trying to get a curveball to break. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Tyler Cornett. Senior right-hander hits McDaniel, and McDaniel gets aboard. It's the second batter hit by WT pitching. And Austin Hall comes out, but they may bring in a pitch hitter for him. May have a pitch runner as well. So the pitch hitter coming in will be Brandon Glowacki, who played yesterday in left field. 6'1", 180-pound sophomore from Lakeside, California. Glowacki will pitch hit for Austin Hall. There's also a pitch runner at first base. Shows a bunt. Doesn't offer, though, so that'll be ball 1. That's a strike on the inside corner. So 1-1 the count. And a lot of conversation between home plate umpire Bill Powell and Gabe Grider. Grider is just being very vocal. So a 1-1 count is primarily because Brandon Glowacki turned to him and said that was inside. And he said, I've been calling that all day. This is going to be bunt down to first. And so Tyler Cornett picks it up and throws it over to Savoy. So Glowacki is retired. 1-3 for out number 1. Does sacrifice the runner over to second base. And that'll bring up Christian Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who is 2 for 3 at the plate today. Cornett checks the runner at second. Comes home with a strike. Rodriguez batting .312 on the season. Again, he's 2 for 3 at the plate today. Struck out once. He's got a double, too. Single and a double. It's outside for a ball. So 1-1 count on the number 9 hitter for UTPB. The runner in scoring position at second, 1 out. Swinging, Rodriguez comes up empty. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And swinging, Rodriguez misses that one, and he is a strikeout victim for out number 2. First strikeout for Tyler Cornett, the 5th for Buff pitching. And again, you see this one. This just had him confused. He was reaching for it. It just kind of came at the knees and then broke out to the outside corner of the plate. So Mason Hamlin, the leadoff man, will come up with 2 outs. Pitch is outside for a ball. Hamlin is 1 for 4 at the plate. He has scored 2 runs today. Got a board on an error in the second. Cornett checks the runner, then comes home. That one gets away from him. And so it got away from the catcher, Dave Jensen. So we have runner down to third base now. So a 2-0 count on Mason Hamlin. Cornett settles in, ready to go. This is going to be a hopper over to Becker, over to first, and that's going to hit the runner. And so that ties the game up at 9, and so Hamlin will wake his way to second base as they'll give him a single. He'll get to second base on the air. So we're tied at 9 here in the top of the 7th. As pitch runner for Taylor McDaniel comes around to score. Michael Clapperton at the plate. Looks at a strike. So a 1-1 count for Clapperton. That breaking ball doesn't break for Tyler Cornett. So runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. Cornett comes home with it. Outside corner. Oh, he doesn't get the call. They're going to peel down at first, and they say he did not go around. So that runs the count to 2-2. So a 2-2 pitch. Outside corner. They appeal again, say he does not go around. That runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the 7th, tied at 9 as UTPB comes back to score 1 here to tie this one up and got a runner at second base. And got him swinging, and that's strikeout number 2 in the inning. And out number 3. So 1 run on a hit, or no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 9. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, 9 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors in the game for UTPB. 9 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for the Buffs. First pitch to Eddie Savoy is a strike. Savoy, who is 0 for 1 at the plate, is walked. That one's down in the dirt for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. He's also flown out to right field. Savoy trying to get on track. Sends this one out into right center field, and that one is going to be reached by Christopher Rodriguez for an out. So out number 1 for the Buffs here in the bottom of the 7th in a 9-9 ball game. That'll bring up Patrick Donovan, the center fielder. Donovan 1 for 3 at the plate today. His last at bat in the 5th was a single, and he scored a run. Looks at a strike. Trey Penny on in his second inning of work. And there's a good fastball for strike 2. So Penny throws hard, and so that's what they've brought him in to do, is just throw some smoke. And on 3 pitches, Donovan goes out on strikes for out number 2. Penny's first strikeout. And that'll bring up Dave Jensen. Dave's first pitch inside is there for a strike. Oh, that was way inside, but nevertheless, he got the call, or he didn't get the call, depending on whose point of view you're at. Dave, of course, from Gramet, the Netherlands, takes a swing and comes up empty, down in the count 0-2. As Trey Penny heats up. And 3 straight pitches got Dave Jensen to strike out for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We have played 7 complete. We go to the 8th in a 9-9 ball game. We'll back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
We'll go to the top of the 8th, and for the Falcons of University of Texas, Permian Basin, it'll be Carson Johnson to lead things off, followed by Brent Rigtrout, Jack Haggerty, the 3, 4, and 5 batters in the lineup for them today in a 9-9 ball game. Carson Johnson comes up, batting .364. He is 1 for 2 at the plate today. He's also driven in a run. He's walked once. And looks at a strike. Johnson, batting from the right side, facing Tyler Cornett. That good fastball inside, though, but just misses for a ball. So 1-1 count on the sophomore from Carl Junction, Missouri. That's going to be hit to Kicks Farrell at short, over to first in time. Oh, let's see if Matt is going to come out and protest that one. He's not, because it was thrown to Savoy. He got it. Let's see on the replay here. He got it and then fell off the bag. The throw, and I did pull him off the bag, so a good call by the umpire. So Carson Johnson's aboard. They're going to call that an E3. So Carson Johnson aboard. Now the umpires are going to get together and make sure, but we kind of saw in the replay that Eddie Savoy fell off the bag on that throw from Kicks Farrell. Kind of a bang-bang play. Kicks came up throwing. So they say the runner is first after a convo. That'll bring up Rigtrout. It was 1 for 2 at the plate today as well. He's also driven into. So that did hit the umpire, and so they are saying that is strike one. They call it a foul on Rigtrout. That one's outside for a ball. So 1-1 count on the catcher for the Falcons. Batting .250. He's walked twice in this game today. And runner was off on the pitch. In time to second for 1 and on to first base for 2. So a nice double play turn that time by the Buffs. And that was with Carson Johnson on the run. And watch this on the replay. Just a nice play. You can see the runner at first is off. This hit over to Farrell, on over to second from Mike Moneta over to first in time for the 6-4-3 double play. Tyler Cornett now facing Jack Haggerty. Looks at a pitch low for a ball. Haggerty is 2 for 3 at the plate today. He's walked once. He's also scored. I take that back. He has not scored today. Pitch is high for a ball, fastball that just didn't come down enough. Slide in there. So 2-0 the count on Jack Haggerty. It's going to be fouled off at the plate. Haggerty batting from the left side, hitting .222. That's going to be looped out into left field for a base hit. Johnson gets it and brings it into Farrell. So a 2-out single by Jack Haggerty. And that'll bring up Cooper Cecilski. Cecilski is 1 for 3 at the plate today, 1 for 4 at the plate today. He's driven into that double he had in the first inning. This is a high pop hit up to Farrell on one hop over to first in time for the putout. And so he is retired 6-3 for out number 3. No runs on a hit. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. We have played 7.5 innings, and so we go to the bottom of the 8th in a 9-9 ball game. We'll take a timeout, be back for the Buffs' 8th inning at bat after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Well, welcome back as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And for the Buffaloes, it'll be Seth Ochoa who will lead things off. Seth looks at strike 1. Ochoa batting .271. Fouls this one off and is down in the count 0-2. Trey Penny on for his 3rd inning of work. Trey so far has allowed 1 hit and 1 run. It's been earned. He struck out 2. So 1-2 the count. Right back up the middle, and a diving play by the second baseman. And they say in time on the throw, even though the first baseman fell off. And so Ochoa is retired 4-3, even though he was, second baseman was over right at the bag. So they'll bring up Mike Moneta. Moneta 1 for 3 at the plate. Going to pitch outside for a ball. 9-9 our score here in the 8th inning. there's a strike, and as they did in the last at bat, now the shortstop, Mason Hamlin is on the second base side of the bag at second, so they have 3 shifted over. That's going to be hit right up the middle, and it's bobbled, but in time for the put out. So Moneta is retired 6-3 for out number 2. So the Buffs have hit it hard, but they've hit it right at somebody. But that'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Johnson, who is 1 for 3 at the plate today. It's going to be high for a ball. Trey Penny, who is the 4th pitcher used today for UTPB. Both teams have used 4 pitchers. And that one hits Ryan right in the back. Ryan just, you could hear that hit him too. So he heads down to first base and gets a board. That's the harder way to get a board, though. That'll bring up Adam Becker. 2 outs here in the inning. Becker, who is 2 for 3, including a home run on his last at bat. Becker comes up, fastball pitcher. It's going to be outside for a ball. It's pretty much all we've seen Trey Penny throw, just the hard stuff. And that is going to be skied out to right center field and back at the fence, and reaching up to pull that one in is Christopher Rodriguez as Becker flies out to right for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We have played it complete. We're tied at 9. We go to the top of the 9th. But first, we'll take this time out and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time, just like you like it.
Well, the sun has come out as we head to the top of the 9th in a 9-9 ball game. 9 runs, 10 hits for UTPB. 9 runs, 8 hits for the Buffaloes. And Tyler Cornett comes out for another inning of work. Tyler's pitched 2 1/3 so far. And he'll face Taylor McDaniel. I'll start things off, and actually they'll have a pitch hitter for Taylor McDaniel. Stephen McKenzie, a 6'3 sophomore from Calgary, Alberta, will pitch hit for McDaniel. It's because they had a pitch runner for him. First pitch misses for a ball for McKenzie. Kinsey batting from the right side. That's .222 on this season. This is his 37th plate appearance. That's going to be a strike. Runs the count to 1-1. McKenzie batting from the right side. Has 8 hits this season. It's going to be high for a ball. He's driven in 3. And he's scored 3. He's walked 4 times, struck out 8. Fouls that one off at the plate. So that evens the count at 2-2. McKenzie batting from the right side, real close to the plate. It's going to be high for a ball. So the runs count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A fired up UTB PB bunch. Falcons in a 9-9 ball game, top of the 9th. That's strike 3. That got him on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Tyler Cornett for out number 1. That is his 3rd strikeout. Okay, this is just a nice pitch. Kind of broke to the inside, but got across the inside part of the plate. This will bring up Brandon Glowicki. And he pitch hit for Austin Hall the last at bat. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Brandon batting 108 on the season. Last at bat, he grounded out to the pitcher. One misses for a ball. Cornett. Comes home with it. Misses outside for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Glowicki's batting from the right side. Inside misses for a ball. Both teams have used 4 pitchers today. Tyler, the 4th for the Buffs. He's pitched 2 1/3 so far. And that one's a strike. And that has Gabe Grider incensed as he is screaming down third base line. Now he's screaming at the third base umpire. There's ball 4. So Glowicki will get the walk and get aboard. That'll bring up Christian Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who struck out his last at bat, he is 2 for 4. Single and a double. He's also struck out twice. Batting .294, batting from the right side, facing Tyler Cornett. Golfs this one off, foul and out of play. So an 0-1 count for Rodriguez. Top of the 9th, 9-9, our score. That one misses inside for a ball. Lady Buff softball team won earlier today, 4-3, on a walk-off home run. Or will you believe it was a walk-off home run? There's a swing that comes up empty for Rodriguez. So a 1-2 count on the junior from El Paso. Here's a shot to Becker. Over to second in time for 1. On to first in time for the double play. Nice play. Nice turn of events by Adam Becker as Christian Rodriguez hits into the 5-4-3 double play for out number 3. And again, you see Becker come up, turns that over to Mike Manetta on to first for out number 3. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We have played 8.5. We're still tied at 9. will go to the bottom of the ninth. And the Buffs at bat, but first this time out on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Well, Will Fenning is going to lead things off for the Buffaloes here as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Yeah, this is the first of two today. We'll have a second game after this one. We're tied at 9 here in the top of the ninth. Trey Penny on for his fourth inning of work. Throws a strike to Will Fenning. Sun comes back out once again. Again, you're kind of shading the clouds a little bit. And Fenning pops this one up out into left field. And circling underneath to pull that one in is Jack Haggerty. So Fenning flies out to left for out number 1. They'll bring up Corey Schmidt. Schmidt, the DH, he is 1 for 3 at the plate. 1 for 4, excuse me. Corey is batting .386. Corey singled in the 5th, grounded out in the 6th and the 3rd, and struck out in the 1st. It's at ball 1. Schmidt pops this one up and out of play. So that evens the count at 1-1. Corey, so far this season, he's got 22 hits, 3 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. It's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. He's down in the count 1-2. The way that came in, it looked like he was looking for something different. Deep in the batter's box, Schmidt batting from the right side. Looks at a pitch low for a ball. So 2-2 count on the Buffs' designated hitter for today. Schmidt from Liberty Hill, batting from the right side. Sends this one past or almost past the shortstop. Guns it over to first base, but not in time. That was hit in deep in the hole. Tough play for both Clapperton and Hamlin. Hamlin came up throwing, but just couldn't get it there. So Corey Schmidt gets aboard on a single. And we'll have a pitch runner for Schmidt. Coming in to run for him will be Paul Whitman. And basically they're struggling to get the wristband off of Corey Schmidt and over to Paul Whitman. So Whitman with good speed on at first base. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy. See if Savoy is up to sacrifice Whitman over. Looks at a strike. Eddie looks at him because he thought that was way inside and shakes his head. Quick throw to first. Whitman's back. Paul, the sophomore from Tingerham, Germany. Savoy from Montreal looks at a pitch outside for a ball. So a 1-1 count for the first baseman for the Buffs. Whitman off with a run, and this is a hit and run. Whitman around third. They're going to hold him up on the relay in, and Eddie Savoy comes through with a hit. Back-to-back singles have runners at the corner for the Buffs, and that'll bring up Patrick Donovan. So 1 out. And they're going to walk him to walk the bases full. And so Patrick gets the free pass. So that'll bring up Dave Jensen. Batting from the right side, Jensen. Batting .211. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Jensen, who is 0 for 1 at the plate today, struck out his last at bat. Facing Trey Penny. Bases full, infield in. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. And Jensen comes up swinging. Jensen will settle back in. The crowd trying to get behind the senior. He pops this one up. Don't know if this is... wasn't deep enough, and so coming on to make that put out was Jack Haggerty. So Jensen flies out to left for out number 2. That'll bring up Seth Ochoa. A junior from El Paso who grounded out his last at bat. Comes up batting .265 on the season. Bases are loaded. All Seth needs is a single. Infield's relaxed just a bit. Pitch is outside for a ball. Second baseman playing close to the bag at second. So there's open room between first and second. Getting hard throwing Trey Penny. And that's hit out into right center field. That may fall in there for a base hit. It does! Seth Ochoa delivers as coming home to score is Paul Whitman. And the Buffs win this one by a final of 10-9 on the single by Seth Ochoa. Seth drives in the winning run, and the Buffs come away with a 10-9 win over UT Permian Basin. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back and wrap this one up for game number 1. But first, this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 118 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Well, the first game of 2 today goes to the Buffaloes as they take this one 10-9. thanks to Seth Ochoa with a single to right field. And actually, that would have been a double. It had been a normal game because he launched that one. But he drives in Paul Whitman for the go-ahead run as the Buffs win this one 10-9 over UTPB. The Buffs 10 runs on 11 hits. They committed 3 errors. They left 6 on base in this game, while UTPB 9 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 on base in this one. Winning pitcher is Tyler Cornett, who picks up the victory in the relief appearance. Tyler went 2 1/3 inning to pick up the win. Isaac Keene got the start, went 1 1/3. Brendan Burdone pitched 2/3. Reese Miller pitched 3 2/3, and Tyler Cornett pitched 3 1/3. And so, again, Tyler gets the win, and the Buffs improve to 18-6 on the season and 16-6 in the Lone Star Conference play. We'll take a timeout. We will come back in about 30 minutes for our second game this afternoon. But again, big thanks to the Thunder Vision crew for bringing you the great pictures here in game number 1. And, of course, we got game number 2 coming up in a little bit. Again, final here today. The Buffs win game 1 by a final of 10-9.